I did not leave. Even now, I still do not know why I stayed. Perhaps it was because that day, when I asked about second young master, Madam cried. After that, everyone in the residence left. Not only the servants. Even the family members returned to the old home to seek refuge with relatives. Madam also took the young ladies away. Before leaving, she told me, "Take good care of the courtyard. Perhaps second young master will return in a few days." The eldest young master did not leave. He said the Yang family could not simply collapse like this. He told Madam to return to her maiden home first. Later, he would bring her back. Personally, I felt those words were only meant to comfort Madam. In the end, only 3 servants remained in the residence. Me, old Madam Feng, and a servant from eldest young master's courtyard. Even eldest young master's wife had already left. That servant was called Yuan Sheng. One day while we were working, he suddenly asked me, "Why did you stay behind?" I did not answer. Instead, I asked him the same question. He said eldest young master once showed him kindness, so he could never betray the Yang family. Then he looked at me. "Did second young master once save your life too?" I burst out laughing. Between Yang's second young master and me, it was already fortunate enough that there was no blood feud. But I did not say that aloud. Explaining it afterward would have been troublesome. So instead, I simply nodded. Yes. Second young master's kindness toward me is as vast as heaven and sea. Naturally, I cannot betray him either. Yuan Sheng immediately pulled me aside. Then he lowered his voice. "You are loyal too. Then second young master, I'll have to trouble you to take care of him." I froze. The way he said it did not sound like a joke at all. So I asked him, "What happened?" Yuan Sheng's face turned pale. "Didn't something happen to the merchant caravan? I heard the business failed. And they also encountered enemies on the road home." I frowned. "What enemies?" "Who knows? In business, there are never few enemies." Once they saw the Yang family had fallen, they attacked. Master never even had the chance to defend himself before he died. Then Yuan Sheng sighed heavily. I quickly interrupted him. "Stop sighing already. What about second young master?" Yuan Sheng lowered his eyes. Second young master survived. But I truly wanted to slap him. But what exactly? Yuan Sheng hesitated for a long moment. Then he finally whispered, "I heard. His body is crippled now." That single sentence left me dazed the entire day. Yuan Sheng said second young master's legs were severely injured. He could no longer move them. Only recently had his condition improved slightly. Now he was finally on the road back to Hangzhou. At the time, I did not think too much about it. I only thought, if his legs were injured, then after resting in bed for a while, with second young master's temper, who knew how many kicks I would suffer again? So instead of worrying, I impatiently waited for him to recover soon. Reality proved I had been far too naive. The day second young master returned, I went to open the gates. To be honest, I did not recognize him. An ox cart stopped outside the residence. The driver was an old man around 50 years old. He wore ragged clothes. I thought he had come to beg for food. So I waved him away. "Grandpa, please go somewhere else. We're about to starve ourselves too." The old man waved his hand. Then he pointed behind him. "Someone paid me to deliver this person here. Afterward, I'm supposed to collect 2 taels of silver." Only then did I notice the straw piled on the ox cart. Underneath the straw, there seemed to be a person lying there. I walked closer. "What is this? Who asked you to come here?" At first, I thought he was trying to sell something. But when I lifted the straw slightly, I saw a person. I stared blankly for a very long time. Then finally, I spoke. Second young master." I did not know whether he was awake. His eyes were open, but he did not move. He did not even blink. It was terrifying. His hair was completely disheveled. His body had become frighteningly thin. A thick straw blanket covered him completely. Seeing that he ignored me, I cautiously reached out to help him. But the old man suddenly shouted, "Little girl, be careful. You'll kill him." I instantly became unhappy. How could a living person be so easily killed? But the moment I lifted the straw blanket covering second young master, I finally understood what the old man meant. I steadied myself, then hurried back inside to call Yuan Sheng for help. Second young master was carried from the ox cart back into his room. The entire way, he showed no expression at all. Anyone who did not know better would have thought he was a corpse. Yuan Sheng did most of the work. I only stood nearby helping. That evening, eldest young master finally returned. The moment he saw second young master lying on the bed, tears instantly poured down his face. He rushed to the bedside and cried loudly, "My younger brother! My younger brother!" Honestly, I really wanted to remind him to summon a physician first. But eldest young master cried so miserably that I could not bring myself to interrupt. Compared to him, second young master was much calmer. He simply stared at the ceiling. Forget speaking. Even his expression never changed. I stood outside the doorway, secretly peeking through the crack. Was this really our second young master? Only then did I finally understand the strange expression Yuan Sheng wore that day. Before this, I still believed second young master could recover completely. But now, seeing his body like this, I realized how naive I truly was. Second young master was crippled, and severely crippled. I say this because now, only half of him remained. Both of his thighs were gone. The left side was slightly better. At least half a thigh remained. But on the right side, not even the root of the thigh was left. In the past, I always had to tilt my head upward to look at second young master. Now, perhaps he only reached my chest. Only afterward did eldest young master finally remember to summon a physician. But the Yang family had already fallen too far. There was no money to invite any famous doctor. In the end, only a wandering healer came. The healer lifted second young master's blanket and examined him silently. To make caring for him easier, second young master wore nothing on his lower body. The healer looked for a long while. Then he sighed. His life has already been dragged back from the gates of death. Now all he can do is recover slowly. After escorting the healer away, eldest young master returned and tried speaking to second young master. But second young master ignored him completely. A few days later, before he could get even a single word from second young master, eldest young master had to leave once again for business. Before departing, he instructed me, "Take good care of second young master. I will return in 2 months." He also took Yuan Sheng with him. So in the entire courtyard, only second young master and I remained. And old Madame Feng too. Though honestly, she stayed so quiet all day long that even I nearly forgot about her. I followed eldest young master's instructions. Well, even if he had not instructed me, I still would have served second young master. After all, I was originally his maidservant. The previous few days, Yuan Sheng had been taking care of him. This was my first day entering the room. The moment I stepped inside, the smell nearly suffocated me. The room smelled completely moldy. I immediately opened the windows, letting in some air, I explained casually. Naturally, second young master ignored me. Later, I fed him food. He was like a wooden puppet, opening his mouth, closing his mouth. His eyes stared blankly into nowhere. Only that evening, when I brought medicine into the room, did he finally react slightly. "This servant is here to change your medicine." Only then did his eyes finally move. I stepped closer, preparing to lift his blanket. Before I could finish, second young master suddenly spoke. "Get out." Honestly, I had expected those words long ago. As the loyal servant Yuan Sheng claimed I was, of course I could not leave. So I lowered my eyes and replied gently, "Second young master, the wounds need fresh medicine. It may hurt a little. Please endure it." Then I lifted the blanket, At once, the stench of rotting flesh rushed out. That Yuan Sheng clearly had no idea how to care for a patient. Holding the medicine, I tried my best to dab it gently onto the wounds. The instant the medicine touched him, second young master's body trembled violently. Then suddenly, a tremendous force threw me aside. I fell to the floor. The medicine spilled everywhere. Second young master's arms were still very long. His hair hung in complete disarray. His eyes looked like a wounded beast. I told you. Get out. Did I leave? Of course not. I understood second young master's violent temper better than anyone. After all, I had served as the punching bag in his courtyard for years already. Honestly, I really wanted to tell him. This shove did not hurt at all. Back then, his kicks had been far worse. Then suddenly, I realized something. The reason I was no longer afraid of second young master now was because he could no longer kick me. Thinking this to myself, I prepared fresh medicine again, then returned to his bedside. After falling once, I became smarter. This time, I stood at the foot of the bed while changing the medicine. No matter how long second young master's arms were, as long as he remained lying down, he absolutely could not reach me. I truly was clever. Meanwhile, second young master trembled with rage. His hands pressed against the bed. It looked as though he wanted to sit up and personally deal with me. But I was not afraid. Right now, he was too weak, and the wounds where both thighs had been severed still had not healed. Black, red, raw. Just looking at them made my scalp go numb. If he sat up now, he would only tear the wounds open again. So I calmly continued applying the medicine. Though honestly, I was a little embarrassed. After all, second young master wore nothing at all. Even though everyone in the residence called me monkey, I was still an unmarried girl. Seeing second young master's naked body, now that I think about it, I still feel nervous. That part of second young master, I can only say, it was extremely impressive. Though compared to before, his legs were even more shocking now. I focused carefully on applying the medicine. Every time I touched a different place, second young master would tremble violently. Later, even his entire body began shaking. He trembled while shouting hoarsely. His voice broke apart from the pain. Gathering my courage, I secretly glanced upward. Second young master's face had become deathly pale. Veins bulged violently beneath his skin. Cold sweat soaked his entire face. At that moment, I suddenly realized he probably hurt so badly now that he no longer even had the strength to curse at me. After changing the medicine, I went to the kitchen and cooked porridge. Then I carried it back into the room. Second young master still lay there like a dead fish, eyes open, staring blankly upward. I scooped up a spoonful of porridge and brought it to his lips. Second young master immediately slapped it away. Fortunately, I managed to save the bowl. Though my hand burned slightly, at least the porridge did not spill. Second young master, I said helplessly, please eat a little. Get out. I truly did not know what to do anymore. If this had happened before, the moment second young master told me to leave, I would have already run far away. But now, if I left, what would happen to him? Still, I could not think of any good solution. Medicine could be forced on him with brute strength, but could feeding him really be done the same way? Then suddenly, I froze. Brute strength? That's right. Brute strength. I immediately set the porridge aside and waited for it to cool. That way, even if I force-fed him, it would not burn him. After a while, I tested the temperature. It felt about right. So I carried the bowl back over. Perhaps in all his life, second young master had never experienced being looked down upon by a monkey with such a vicious expression. I stared down at him solemnly. Second young master, please forgive this offense. And then, I truly offended him.